What if I told you the CIA just attacked Venezuela and Trump casually bragged about it on radio? While Americans celebrated Christmas, the most powerful intelligence agency in the world was conducting a drone strike on foreign soil. But here's the twist. Nobody was supposed to know. This isn't just another military operation. This reveals how Trump operates outside congressional oversight, international law, and even his own administration's protocols. Today's story shows what happens when covert operations become presidential publicity stunts. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Today's story exposes the first known CIA attack inside Venezuela and why Trump's casual confession might have just triggered a constitutional crisis. December 26, 2025. While families were opening Christmas presents, Trump was on WABC radio with billionaire John Catsimatidis boasting about something that should have remained classified forever. We just knocked out a big plant or a big facility where the ships come from. 2 nights ago, we knocked that out. We hit them very hard, Trump told his donor friend during what seemed like casual holiday conversation. The facility, a remote dock on the Venezuelan coast. The weapon, a CIA drone. The casualties, none, because no one was there when it exploded. But Trump's radio confession revealed something far more dangerous than the strike itself. The President of the United States had just publicly acknowledged a covert CIA operation that was never supposed to see daylight. When reporters pressed Trump for details Monday at Mar-a-Lago, standing next to Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Trump doubled down on his revelation while trying to maintain plausible deniability. Well, it doesn't matter, but there was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs, Trump said with characteristic casualness. So we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That is no longer around. The "it doesn't matter" comment perfectly captures Trump's approach to classified operations. When asked directly whether the military or CIA conducted the strike, Trump's response was telling, "I know exactly who it was, but I don't want to say who it was." But sources familiar with the operation told CNN it was indeed the CIA. This marks the first known U.S. attack on Venezuelan soil in Trump's aggressive campaign against President Nicolas Maduro. The target, according to intelligence sources, was a dock facility used by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua to store drugs and load them onto boats for shipping. The strike was successful in destroying the facility and its boats, but one source described it as largely symbolic, since it's just one of many port facilities used by drug traffickers. Here's what makes this story fascinating beyond the obvious constitutional implications. The strike appeared to attract little to no attention inside Venezuela itself. It was designed to be invisible, plausibly deniable, and completely covert. Then Trump went on radio and blew the entire operation wide open. The timing reveals everything about Trump's mindset and decision-making process. This strike occurred December 24th, Christmas Eve, while the rest of America was preparing for holiday celebrations. U.S. Special Operations Forces provided intelligence support, though the Pentagon denies involvement. The CIA declined to comment, which is standard protocol for operations they can neither confirm nor deny. But Trump's public acknowledgement changes everything. By admitting the strike on radio, he's forced the intelligence community into an impossible position: deny the president's own words or confirm a classified operation. The broader context makes Trump's Venezuela strategy even more troubling. Since September, U.S. forces have conducted more than 30 strikes destroying boats in international waters, killing approximately 106 people in what the administration calls counter-narcotics operations. This CIA dock strike represents a significant escalation, moving from international waters to attacking targets on sovereign Venezuelan territory. Trump has been threatening land strikes for weeks, telling White House reporters he authorized CIA action in Venezuela because the country emptied their prisons into the United States of America and because of narcotics trafficking. But here's the constitutional crisis hiding beneath the surface. Presidential authorization of CIA operations traditionally involves congressional notification through the Gang of Eight, the House and Senate leadership plus intelligence committee chairs from both parties. There's no evidence Congress was properly briefed on this operation before or after its execution. Trump's casual radio revelation suggests he views CIA operations as personal tools rather than instruments of U.S. foreign policy requiring institutional oversight. The international law implications are equally serious. Ryan Goodman, a professor at New York University School of Law, told Axios that military force on Venezuelan territory would cross a red line under international law and could trigger Venezuela's right to exercise self-defense. If the United States conducted such an operation, Goodman said, "I could understand why it would be covert, to minimize blowback from the international community, including our allies." But Trump's public acknowledgement eliminates any plausible deniability and maximizes potential blowback. Venezuela has already condemned U.S. tanker seizures and military strikes in international waters, with Vice President Delcy Rodriguez accusing Trump of attempting to steal the wealth that belongs to our nation. Trump's dock strike admission provides Venezuela with concrete evidence of U.S. territorial violation to present to international bodies like the United Nations Security Council or International Court of Justice. The operational details suggest sophisticated intelligence and targeting. The strike occurred when no personnel were present, minimizing casualties while maximizing symbolic impact. But the choice to use the CIA rather than military special operations forces reveals something crucial about Trump's strategic thinking. Military strikes require more extensive congressional notification and public accountability. CIA operations traditionally remain classified. Trump appears to have chosen the CIA path specifically to avoid oversight, then accidentally undermined his own secrecy by bragging about it on radio. The psychological profile emerging from this incident is deeply concerning. Trump's need for personal credit apparently outweighs operational security considerations. Most presidents understand that successful covert operations require permanent secrecy. Trump sees successful operations as personal achievements requiring public recognition. This pattern threatens the entire foundation of U.S. intelligence operations. If the president casually reveals classified operations to friendly radio hosts, what information is actually secure? The timing of Trump's revelation during a Christmas week interview with a major donor suggests these operations are viewed as political accomplishments rather than national security necessities. The administrative implications extend far beyond this single strike. Trump's public revelation forces the CIA to either confirm or deny operations that should remain permanently classified. This puts intelligence professionals in an impossible position: contradict the president or compromise future operations by establishing precedents for public acknowledgement. The strike itself, while successful tactically, may prove counterproductive strategically. One source described it as largely symbolic, since numerous other port facilities serve similar functions. If the goal was disrupting drug trafficking operations, targeting one remote dock seems insufficient. If the goal was sending a political message, Trump's radio revelation accomplished that objective, perhaps too effectively. The constitutional questions raised by this incident require serious examination. Can presidents authorize CIA operations without proper congressional oversight? Should covert operations be revealed for political benefit? What happens when presidential publicity conflicts with operational security? These aren't abstract legal questions. They're immediate challenges to institutional governance and international stability. Congressional response has been notably muted, possibly because lawmakers are still processing the implications of Trump's casual confession. But constitutional scholars and legal experts are alarmed by the precedent. Brian Finucane, a senior advisor with the International Crisis Group, suggested such operations are kept quiet to avoid compromising future missions or preventing further escalation. Trump's decision to publicize the strike accomplishes exactly what covert operations are designed to avoid: international attention, diplomatic complications, and operational exposure. Looking ahead, this incident sets dangerous precedents for presidential power and intelligence operations. If presidents can casually reveal classified operations without consequences, the entire framework of congressional oversight collapses. Future CIA directors will face impossible choices: brief presidents who might reveal operations publicly or withhold information from their constitutional commander-in-chief. The international implications could prove equally destabilizing. U.S. allies rely on American intelligence services' ability to maintain operational secrecy. Trump's radio confession undermines confidence in U.S. operational security worldwide. Venezuela now has concrete evidence of U.S. territorial violation to present to international bodies. Russia and China will certainly exploit this precedent to justify their own territorial violations. The domestic political implications remain unclear. Trump's base may view the Venezuela strike as evidence of strong leadership, while critics see dangerous constitutional violations. But the operational security implications are unambiguous. Trump's casual revelation compromises future intelligence operations and puts CIA personnel at risk worldwide. The broader pattern suggests Trump views intelligence operations as personal political tools rather than instruments of national policy requiring institutional oversight and permanent secrecy. This fundamental misunderstanding of intelligence work threatens the entire foundation of U.S. covert operations and international stability. In the end, Trump's Christmas week radio confession may prove more damaging than the strike itself. While the CIA successfully destroyed a Venezuelan drug facility, the president accidentally destroyed something far more valuable: the operational security that makes intelligence work possible. The contrast reveals everything about Trump's approach to classified information and institutional norms. Intelligence professionals operate in shadows by necessity. Trump operates in spotlights by preference. Christmas 2025 might mark the moment when presidential publicity finally overwhelmed operational security, creating constitutional crises and international incidents from what should have remained a secret forever. What do you think? Is Trump's revelation of CIA operations a dangerous precedent or justified transparency about U.S. military action? Should presidents have unlimited authority over intelligence operations, or does Congress deserve oversight of covert activities? Drop your thoughts in the comments, but keep it civil and substantive. If this analysis helped you understand the constitutional and international implications of covert operations, smash that like button and subscribe for more insights into the stories that really matter. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.